Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the woods, stood a mysterious house. The locals refer to it as the haunted house, and it was rumored to be cursed with the spirits of its past inhabitants. No one dared to go near it, and those who did never returned. The haunted house was a grand mansion with tall pillars and a dark, looming presence. Its windows were boarded up and the doors were locked with rusted chains. The once beautiful garden was now overgrown with weeds and thorns. Adding to the ominous aura of the house, many stories surrounded the house, each one more terrifying than the last. Some said that the house was built on an ancient burial ground, while others claimed that a witch had cursed the house and all who entered it. But no one knew the truth, for the house had been abandoned for years, and its secret remained hidden. One day, a group of curious teenagers decided to explore the house. They had heard the stories, but they didn't believe in curses and ghosts. They saw it as an adventure, a chance to uncover the truth behind the haunted house. So, with flashlights in hand, they made their way through the overgrown garden and up the cracky step to the front door. As they entered the house, they felt a chill run down their spines. The air was thick with a musty smell. The walls were covered in peeling wallpaper. The floorboard cracked under their feet, and they could hear strange whispers echoing through the halls. They cautiously made their way through the house, exploring each room and uncovering its secrets. In one room, they found a dusty old diary, its pages filled with ramblings of a madman. It spoke of strange rituals and sacrifices, and the writer claimed to have summoned the spirit of the dead to the house. In another room, they found a collection of old photographs, each one showing a different family that had lived in the house. But was particular was that each family had disappeared mysteriously, leaving no trace behind. As they delved deeper into the house, the teenagers began to feel a sense of unease. They could hear voices and footsteps, but when they turned to see who it was, there was no one there. It was as if the house itself was alive and watching them. Then they stumbled upon a hidden room tucked away behind a bookshelf. Inside, they found a pentagram drawn on the floor with candles and strange symbols surrounding it. And in the center of the pentagram lay a skeleton, its bones charred and blackened. At this point, the teenagers were terrified and wanted to leave, but they couldn't find their way out. The doors and windows seemed to have disappeared, trapping them inside the house. They were now at the mercy of the haunted house. As they frantically searched for a way out, they heard a loud cracking sound coming from upstairs. They followed the noise and it led them to a locked door. With trembling hands, they managed to force it open. And what they saw inside, made their blood run cold. The room was filled with human skulls and bones, arranged in a macabre display, and in the corner of the room stood a figure dressed in tattered robes, its face hidden by a hood. The teenagers were frozen in fear, unable to move or speak. The figure slowly turned towards them, and in a raspy voice, it spoke. "Welcome to my home, children. I see you have found my little collection." The teenagers were too scared to respond, and the figure continued. "My name is Evelyn, and I have been trapped in this house for centuries. The curse that plagues this house is my doing. I was a witch, and I summoned the spirits of the dead to do my bidding. But when I died, my soul was trapped in this house, and I have been haunting it ever since." The teenagers could feel the anger and despair in Evelyn's voice, and they realized that she was the one responsible for the disappearance and strange occurrences in the house. "But why did you trap us here?" one of the teenagers managed to ask. "I needed new souls to add to my collection. The more souls I have, the stronger I become. And now you will join me." With a wave of her hand, Evelyn summoned the spirit of the dead, and they began to surround the teenagers, ready to drag them into the afterlife. Just when it seems like all hope was lost, one of the teenagers remembered the diary they found earlier. In it, the writer had mentioned that the only way to break the curse was to destroy the pentagram and release the trapped souls. With a burst of courage, the teenagers grabbed whatever they could find and began to destroy the pentagram. The spirit wailed and shrieked as they were released, and Evelyn, hold on the house, began to weaken. In a final act of desperation, Evelyn tried to stop the teenagers, but they managed to escape the house just in time. As they ran out, they could hear the house collapsing behind them, and they knew that the curse had been broken. The villagers were shocked when they saw the teenagers emerge from the haunted house, unharmed but shaken. From that day on, the house remained abandoned, and its secrets were finally uncovered. The haunted house was no longer feared, and the villagers could finally rest easy, knowing that the spirits of the dead were at peace. But the memory of the house and its chilling secrets remained etched in the minds of those who dare to enter it. This is the end of the story. Please guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so because a subscription makes our channel to grow. Thank you.